Welcome back. Final episode of our season 1 of Empty Pockets podcast, episode 20. Was a good run with football, and Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champions, which is pretty exciting, man. Give a little hand for the Kansas City Chiefs, man. But yeah, great Super Bowl game. I mean, instant classic, going overtime. Kind of a slow start, but it really picked up in the second half. After we go over some of our records, final records for the season, I'll have Gage kind of break down a little bit of the dub and what he's excited for next year with the Chiefs. But records actually ended up a little close with our props for the year. I ended up going 0-2, and that was the only way I really could have lost it. But Gage and Billy went 1-1, so you guys both ended 19-19. I ended up 20-18, so I take the prop dub for this year. Cam ended up 15-23. He also went 0-2 for the last game. I love Billy's bets. Billy bet over a minute 30 on the national anthem, which hit. And then he went Usher.
Bro,
Usher going, oh my gosh. Yeah, barely hit too. Didn't it hit because she said it twice, the end part? Yeah.
Everybody's trying to get their refunded right now.
It's crazy.
Everybody's off on the Gatorade color.
We went 0-4 for the Gatorade bets. I was the only one who picked tails. It was heads. I mean, if I would have rode tails for the overtime bet, I would have hit that. But
and being in overtime was like what, plus 10,000 odds?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was good odds for that. Ended up, Cam and I tied. Obviously, we all picked the Chiefs, so we all want to know for the last. Cam and I ended in a tie, 144-93. Cam was closer, though. Cam picking the scores. He picked 21 for the 49ers and 24 for the Chiefs.
I was off by 1 point on both. It's crazy.
Pretty crazy. I picked 28 and 24. So congratulations to Cameron as the regular season game picking winner.
For shit.
Billy went historically bad at 129 and 108. And Gage was just,
hey, you're above 500.
Gage was 2 games behind. We actually did pretty good, going 144. Gage, you went 142 in 93 and 95. I mean, that's pretty good for our picks this year. So I'm pretty proud of that.
First year in, I gotta keep those wrote down for next year because I definitely want to try to beat those.
Yeah, I got it all.
Not gonna miss one.
I got it all written down. Next year we're gonna change some rules on the game picks. I think Cam started cheesing. I feel like with
what are you picking the under?
Cameron started cheesing with the money line favorites for almost every game.
Under and the over, I think that's fine. It's like the heavy minus 800 odds that I can't pick the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't pick your prop bet of Christian McCaffrey 1 touchdown all year. Those were the layups you were trying to take on some of those game picks. But either way, you won it, so it was good shit.
You still like to take a trophy. No worries, I got it.
Yeah, and you two got to do your punishments as well.
What did you got there? He's got the belt.
Got the belt out.
That's appropriate. That's appropriate.
Yeah, fucked up your camera too.
Get back up.
Kind of on the sadder note too, obviously prayers and everything to the families for the Chiefs parade today.
Yeah, prayers out, man. That's sad. That's sick. That's some bullshit.
It was kind of getting me today just reading some of that. Obviously, there's a lot of shootings, but something that's kind of close to home with sporting events that should be, it's a celebration of your team and your city and
it gets ruined, man.
And something fun, if I had kids, I'd bring my kids to that to celebrate for stuff like that. And it almost makes you scared to do anything. So
it's sick, bro.
Prayers to those families.
11 kids involved so far.
11 kids. I read from the Children's Hospital that all 11 kids seem like they're going to recover, which is good. But still, like 1 death or 2 deaths and 22 injured, it's crazy. So
that's just not cool, man.
Yeah. So in a lighter note, though, Gage, go ahead, take it away with give us your Super Bowl breakdown, and give us kind of what you're excited for next year. Are they running it back, and do they have a chance to get 3 in a row?
So if anybody ever had a chance to get 3, it's this team. I mean, I think we can all agree that, right? I mean, I think we can all agree there. The Patriots probably I don't think they had an opportunity to get 3 in a row, but they had the teams, I guess, to maybe go 3 in a row. But they never really had the opportunity. But the opportunity's here. So, yeah, I think build up and retain most of these guys. You might see 1 or 2 slip away, but I think Jones, I think Snead, Tranquil was even talking about staying. The O-line might get shifted a little bit, the left tackle spot. But man, all I can think of is just adding a fucking badass receiver, somebody that can a gamer, and our offense is just better than it was, and defense stays intact. Spags is coming back. So yeah, if there's any team to do it, I think this is the team. As far as Super Bowl breakdown, I think everybody's kind of seen what happened, what transpired. Is you just can't count 1-5 out, man. He adjusted all year, and it's kind of the story of the year. Honestly, we didn't have a good first half at all, and then just kind of started. Our defense kept us in the game, and caught a rhythm there towards the end, and it seemed like I think. The last 3 drives or whatever, the last 2 drives for sure. I mean, Patty marched right down the fucking field, overtime and fourth quarter. I had a couple little notes saved just for this. Me and Garrett, I think if I missed one that we talked about, you can go ahead and take that away. But a big one to me was, for one, I think we need to show that video on here that I sent you, the Brock Purdy with the trophy and Mahomes.
Yeah. I'll see if I can pull that up.
And then let's see here. What was my big thing? Where's that at?
I have it pulled up too. If you
want.
Well,
Okay. So Mahomes to Hardman, MVS, and Watson. He was 9 of 13, 131 yards and 2 tutties. Purdy to Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle was 8 of 20 for 86 yards. I thought that was crazy. Another cool stat here. Man, where's the one where Patty's like, where did I see that? He's like, basically fucking undefeated. You know which one I'm talking about?
Since 2001, there's been 125 drives in the NFL postseason where it was at least the fourth quarter. There was under a minute left to play, and the other teams on offense trailed by 7 points or fewer at the start. These are your standard clutch moments for a football team, the do-or-die drives that win and lose critical games. Out of those 125 drives, only 40% of them saw the team on offense pull off the magic trick and get the points they needed. Some quarterbacks are pretty good at it, such as Tom Brady, who went 5 for 11.
5 and 11.
Drew Brees, who went 3 for 6. Only Patrick Mahomes, though, is 7 for 7 or perfect in those dire situations.
I mean,
it's from Neil Payne. Yeah, it's crazy.
And this video here just kind of sums it up, boys. I mean, this is just go ahead and play this here. And it just kind of sums up the bowl.
I love Kittle in the band.
Yeah. It's underrated.
Yeah, I saw you when you got out the motherfucking phone. You're trying to put my shit back on this motherfucking porch. Sure. You gonna lost your motherfucking mind. You gonna come up on my shit and take my shit? You lucky. You lucky. You see this motherfucker just tried to take the car?
I love that. I saw that today, and I was like, man, that just sums it up. That's perfect for the pod. So
I think the kind of crazy too. Patrick Mahomes or the Chiefs, they're 7-0 in 2 Super Bowl wins since trading Tyreek Hill. That they got a lot of flack for, obviously. I mean, everyone was telling them it was the stupidest thing they could do. I was one of them. I thought that was the stupidest thing they could do. Ended up going perfect without him in the postseason. And it just kind of seemed like the 49ers, a lot of their clutch players didn't really seem like they came to play. There was a lot of shit talking from Debo, a lot of shit talking from George Kittle before the game. It almost seemed like those comeback games against the Packers and Lions were kind of took them out. They didn't have enough tank to play this last game because I don't know if you've heard any of them. They were all shit talking the Packers, all shit talking the Lions after those games. Real and they just didn't come to play on the most important Sunday of the year. So, props to the Chiefs, man. I mean, their defense looked great. There's a couple of things out there about their offensive line who had a lot of holding calls throughout the year, didn't get any in the Super Bowl. There were a couple questionable calls, but
can we all agree though? Can we all agree probably the best officiated game we've seen all year? I mean, really, as far as like game viewership,
they let the guys play, which is what you like to see.
They let them play ball,
and they missed. I think they had a bad call on Patty with that intentional grounding. There was a tight end right there that he threw to, and sometimes they make a bad call, they make up for it, for a different call. So it's kind of hard to argue some of those like a few plays that they may have missed a call, but I think it was a good game. It turned out to be a good competitive game.
I can see Billy disagrees over there. He's trying to like not to say something. What do you think there, Billy?
I saw something today that was going over the 3 Super Bowls that they had won, and the Chiefs have like 7 total penalties through all 3 games, while the opposite team has like fucking like 20 something. So
don't get fucking penalized in the Super Bowl, biggest game of the year, bud.
I think what was it? Leaked footage of Patty giving head to the referee behind the Arby's. Did you see that?
Shit. Here's the deal, man. If the Chiefs were to lose, fucking KC, fucking Twitter, everything would be blowing up. Oh, they missed this holding. They missed this holding card. It doesn't matter who loses or who wins. Twitter the next day is going to have fucking 10 different plays where like, oh, this should have been called. It doesn't matter. Every game's the same fucking way.
I mean, the Chiefs played.
There's holding on every play. Every play in the NFL. If you watch every game, there's holding either at the O-line position or at the receiver position. There's holding on every play. If you really want to break it down.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there are a lot of times where they just got to let the players play, and
this was one of them. They did.
It was a good game. It was a good game. The better team won. The better team that played won.
See, I don't know that I'd say the better team won, but because in my opinion, we beat 3 teams that were arguably better than us.
I'm not saying the better team on paper won. The better team that came to play won.
Better team that day.
Yeah, yes, right.
That day. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I agree. I think that if on paper, if Billy will say even the 49ers were a lot. I mean, they have everybody. They have the weapons, man. I mean, they have the offensive weapons. They have the defensive weapons. They had a couple of crucial injuries, which is pretty crazy. The guy that tore his Achilles running on the field. I mean, that was crazy.
That was nuts. Buddy just ran out there. He's like, oh, falls.
I don't know why I can't think of his name on the spot, but
Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah. I mean, he's elite too. I mean, he's one of those good linebackers. They have probably some of the fastest linebacker duo in the league, and it's a big loss for him. So, but yeah.
Another stat, out of 96 games, this is from Warren Sharp, out of 96 games, the Chiefs have only lost 3 of them by more than 1 score. 3 of 96.
You can't deny the dynasty, that this team is dynasty team. You can't deny that this team is the best team in the NFL when it comes to the coaching. Getting Spags back was probably the biggest thing that could have happened. And I mean, with Patrick Mahomes, he's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. I mean, he has the chance to become the best quarterback of all time. So I think he's the only one in contention right now that has that shot to do it, to beat out Tom Brady
and Harrison Butker. Fucking unbelievable season.
Elite.
Did you see those stats?
Elite.
Fuck. Buddy stepped up this year.
It was great. Yeah, great year for the Chiefs. But it's over.
Yeah,
On
so
to-
many things. I mean, I could talk probably about the game for fucking 15, 20 minutes if I really want to, but yeah, we'll try to make this a quick pod tonight, boys. We got it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah. The wives are waiting.
The wives are waiting.
The wives are waiting.
A little while. Talk to me.
Cam's got nowhere to go tonight. So
He's got Squanch in his room with a jar of peanut butter waiting.
Cam's got Rocket League loaded and ready.
Hey, I started playing that on my phone a little bit. The side swipe.
That's on your phone?
Yeah, y'all have to go. You have to get me in there.
That's crazy. We all did a little bit. We did a ranking that we'll all share. Just our top 10 teams for next year of who we're looking forward to see next year, who we think is going to be the top 10. Why don't we start with Billy? We'll go Billy and Cameron first.
Go 10-1.
So wait, we're going all one. Are we going to go like all at once? Say our 10, or am I just?
Yeah, I'd go 10-1. That'd be easier than going around in a loop.
Just say your list. Go count down. Your 10th best to your first best.
At 10, I have the Eagles.
Okay.
9, I have the Packers.
Oh, come on, dude.
Nice.
8,
That's
I have
good, Garrett.
At 8,
I have them way higher.
You're not going to be sniffing this list, bro. Shut the fuck up. At 8, I have the Lions.
Who's at 8?
Lions right now. 7, I have the Bengals. 6, I have the Texans.
All right.
At 5, I have the Cowboys.
Pretty fair.
I'm not being biased here. This is legit. At 4, I have the Bills. At 3, I have the
I have
Chiefs.
the Bills at 4 too.
At 3, I have the Chiefs. At 2, I have the Ravens. And at 1, I have the 49ers.
So I was talking to Billy a little bit before, and I was like, surely the Chiefs is 1 and 49ers is 2 in all these lists. I mean, it's got to be. But Billy and Cam think a little differently. So, Cam, what's your list? Go ahead.
All right. Number 10, I got Bengals. 9, I have Eagles. 8, I have Packers. Then I have the Ravens.
7?
Yeah. They can't show up, bro. Then I have the Texans. 6. Then the Bills at 5. Cowboys at 4. Lions at 3. Chiefs at 2. 49ers at 1.
I mean, I think for what it seems like is you took probably the 10 best teams and just did a scramble, and whatever landed, you just said. I'll go next. I'll go, and then I'll let Gage finish it. At number 10, I have the Rams. I don't have the Eagles on my top 10. I'll do my honorable mention teams out of the top 10 first.
I was going to do that first.
My honorable mentions out of the top 10 are the Eagles, the Jags, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Browns. Those are all teams that could arguably be there, but I have the Rams number 10, Lions at number 9, Texans at number 8, Cowboys at 7, Packers at 6, Ravens at 5, Bills at 4, Bengals at 3, 49ers at 2, and Chiefs at 1.
Well, boys.
How do you put the Texans over the Ravens, dude? Didn't they get smoked by the Ravens in the playoffs?
This is next year, though. Next year.
Calm down on the smoke for it.
They got fucking mollywopped, dude.
They fucking mollywopped.
Yes, they did.
Shit, I promise you. I'll put money on it. They're going to beat the Ravens.
In the postseason or regular season?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it does matter. I mean, you want to win in the postseason, dude.
Well, yeah. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter. We're going to beat them every time we're playing.
We'll make a bet after Gage is done.
Okay.
So I had 3 honorable mentions. Jets, because I think the Jets will finish a top 10 team as long as Aaron Rodgers is healthy. They have all the talent.
Me too.
We'll see,
for
but
sure.
I hear some rumblings in the front office there, so I don't really know what's going on, kind of. But Jets, Texans, Pack. It's my honorable mentions. I knew Garrett wouldn't like that. Pack's like right on the cusp.
The
Bro.
Packers are the youngest team to win a
They
playoff game,
Yes,
dude.
no, they had a great run,
And
They
they're
had a
all
great
coming
run.
back.
It's a great one.
Yeah, but
What do you mean a
Can they
great
have
run?
this-
We just started.
can they have the success that they did in the end of the year? That's what we all gotta ask.
You got me fucked up.
I think they're a top 12 team. Top 12.
All the way fucked up. Continue. Gage.
No, I think another team, Jets, Pack, I think they'll finish top 10 probably, but and then Texans, I think they're right on the cusp as well. But anyway, at 10, I got the Bills. I think they're going to take a step back. Their dreams kind of got crushed, and I think their window's just closing. They're going to start losing. I mean, Diggs, it's in question if Diggs is even coming back. So, got the Bills at 10, Rams at 9. Somebody, I think it was Cole earlier today. He saw my list and he was like, "What the fuck? You got the Rams, bro? The Rams are back.
Oh, all the way.
They have the best. Probably, I don't know, between Kupp, Puka, Kyron, and Stafford. That's got to be a top 5 offense. And if they're healthy all year, and then the defense should get better in the offseason, right? So, Eagles at 8. I think they got better with the coaching. I think their coaching staff's got better. Bengals at 7. Should Burrow be coming back? We'll see what they can do. Cowboys at 6. I think they're retaining quite a bit of pieces, getting Diggs back on the field. So I feel like they'll still be a competitive team.
The Packers are retaining everybody, and they beat the Cowboys in the playoffs.
I told you that teams be good teams sometimes. It happens.
Dolphins, I got at 5. They were super banged up when it got time to the playoffs, and we saw them have a pretty good run. So I think this third year in McDaniel's system, or is that third? Or
They're
second?
too candy ass, dude, to do anything in the playoffs.
I think they'll be up there. Lions at 4. I think they're going to be on a revenge tour. Ravens as well, another revenge tour. I got the Niners at 2, but I'm pretty questionable about that. I don't know that they're going to retain what they had, but if they're smart, it's the last year of Brock Purdy's contract. And I heard something the other day. He's on a 3-year deal because he was the 7th rounder, and they cannot extend it. So they can't he has to serve his 3 years. He can't get a extension, basically. He has to go his 3 years. So he's on his 3rd year of getting paid shit. And so they're going to have basically this, if they want a year to load up again, it's going to be their year to load up. So I'm going to leave them at 2, Niners 2, and then Chiefs 1. I got 1-5. We're going for that 3-peat, baby. 3-peat.
Good list for the most part, I'd say. I think it's a little
Where'd you have
unfair.
your pack at?
I have them at a fair 6.
Yeah, no,
Right above the Cowboys at 7.
I don't disagree with that list. I don't disagree with that. I think they're arguably in there.
You'll see. Just wait. We got another Hall of Fame quarterback loading up. J Love, baby.
Speaking of, I'll talk on that here in a minute.
Yes, Gage and I also made a list of our favorite rookies coming out of this draft. Our favorite ones to watch, not necessarily our top 5 in terms of
not top 5,
not top 5 picks, like we think in order of what they're going to be picked, but
most intriguing to us, I guess, like who we're kind of focused on watching and seeing where they go, like excited to see their path, I guess, would be kind of.
Gage, you can start us off with yours. I'm
eager
to hear
a little bit. I'll start with Drake May. Is it Mays or May? I always get that mixed up, but either way, I'll start with Drake May. I think he's better than Caleb Williams. So, we're super excited to see where he what happens there. If he goes 1 or if he goes 2. I think we all know that's going to be the order, right? 1, 2, Williams, May.
Yeah.
But whether or not May jumps Williams, Darius Butler said on the podcast last week he golfed with him and his family. He would take Drake May over Williams without a doubt. So that's super intriguing. I think he's a gamer. I think he can do everything Williams can do, and he's bigger. arguably smarter. I guess I don't know the answer to that, but I think play style and everything translates a little bit better. Does Williams have all the tools? Probably, but I just don't know if his head's there. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I think he's a wild card, but because of the talent, he will go 1 or 2 for sure. I had 3 quarterbacks on this list. This year in the draft is fucking quarterback heavy, man. If you need a quarterback, this is the year. There's arguably 10 guys that could be starters in a year or two. So there's 3 of those on my top 5. I saved 2 more, but I'll go with JJ McCarthy as my other one. I'm super intrigued by him because I do know he's kind of more pro ready than the other ones. He ran ran Harbaugh's offense. They were a run heavy team, so you didn't get to see him show off his arm talent as much as he can, because he has the arm talent. He's athletic, and he's got the mental. So I'm kind of excited to see where McCarthy goes and if he pans out, because some guys say he's a complete. He's not an NFL football player. Some people got him going top 15, top 10. So I'm super intrigued to kind of see what happens there with JJ. Cody Schrader. That's my other. That's one of my non-quarterbacks. That's going to be Mizzou's running back. Those of you that don't know, he is just a complete dog. Came from I believe JUCO or D2. Either way, he worked his way up. Mizzou got him, and the guy's just resilient, man. Every time he talks, he's just the guy you want in the locker room. So like he's quick story. He had a graduation, right? And Mizzou said, no, you have to go, right? You can't practice. You have to go. And he's like, no, I'm staying to practice. And they're like, no, you have to go. So he goes. Drinkwitz shutting the lights off, bro. Drinkwitz like shutting the lights off to the practice field, and it's late at night. There's one guy on the field, and he's like, who the fuck is that? Turns on the lights. It's Cody Schrader in full pads going through the game plan, going through game prep, without anybody in there. And Eli Drinkwitz takes a picture of him and sends it to all the running backs and says, this is why you guys can't beat him. This is why you can't beat him. Just the guy you want in the locker room. So don't know if he's not going to be I don't think he's going to be a top 3 rounds pick. He might be 3rd rounder, might be late 2nd. But he'll probably go later in the draft, but running backs that go late tend to probably do a little bit better than the running backs that go early, it seems
usually,
like. So,
yeah. They got less of a target of a bust on their back usually too.
He can make some catches, and every time his motto is he wants to beat the shit out of the defense for 4 quarters. That's what he always says is, I want to be able to go longer. I want to be able to go 4 quarters when you can't. So great prospect. I'm excited to see where Schrader goes. MIZ. So I had to put an MIZ on there. Keon Coleman, Florida State receiver. Another good receiver class. I feel like we've been getting some good receiver classes. Keon Coleman's 6? I think he's 6'4", 6'3". He's super tall. He's fast as fuck. I think he's getting overshadowed by a lot of these other guys. Odunze, Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
All those guys. I think he's kind of getting overshadowed by those guys. There's quite a few of them. Brian Hill or Smith.
Thomas.
What's his name? Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas out of LSU. What's the Malik Neighbors out of LSU? Yep. Several guys in that area. Troy Franklin, Xavier Worthy, several guys right there in that area that is kind of overshadowing him. So I'm kind of excited to see where he goes. And then
could land to the Chiefs.
Yeah, could go to the Chiefs. Kind of pumped for that, really.
They need somebody like that too. I could see the Chiefs taking a 1st round receiver pick.
Could see them taking a jump on him. And then last and final, Spencer Rattler. You guys might not like that, but
wow.
Kid has I watched the QB1 Netflix documentary, and I've seen them all, and he had all the talent. He was like the number 1 recruit out of high school. Has all the talent in the world, and it took him a long time to mature. I've seen a couple interviews of him lately. Super humble guy. He's humble, like in the 4 or 5 years since that documentary, he's like completely humbled himself. He has all the talent and tools you need in a quarterback. I think he's a guy that might sit for a year or two, like a Jay Love or 3, and might be good. So kind of excited to watch his journey, see what happens to him. I think he could have played one more, but he took a risk and he's coming out. So we'll see what he does. But as far as arm talent and stuff, kid's got it all. Just need to see if he can be a pro. A couple honorable mentions. A lot of quarterbacks: Michael Penix, Jaden Daniels. Tons of quarterbacks coming. Sam Hartman, I think he's a later round guy that could sit for a while and be good. I mean, I probably missed several quarterbacks, but yeah, just gonna be shit.
It's gonna be exciting. Yeah, it's gonna be there. This is a
year.
Very quarterback heavy draft. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
it's always fun when it's quarterback heavy to see who pans out, who doesn't. Just kind of see how these players play. But my number one on the list, I got Brian Thomas Jr.
I like that.
6'4", 205 stud from LSU.
Another guy that's just getting kind of overshadowed.
I agree. He's one of the deep ball targets. I'd say he's probably one of the faster wide receivers you're going to get out of the draft, and I think he is getting overshadowed by a lot of those guys like Marvin Harrison and Dunze. I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do on. This is another one that I think he would work really well on a team like the Texans with CJ Stroud, to kind of give another guy in there to take a little bit off of Nico and Tank Dell for next year. I think it'd be a good pick. Number 2, I have Ennis Rakestraw.
MIZ.
From Mizzou, yeah. Cornerback. This guy's a dog, dude. He's going to be one of the hardest hitter, like one of the hard hitting cornerbacks in the draft. He likes to play a lot of man, up in your face, kind of push you around, and this guy can give the hit stick. So I'm excited to see
type shit.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he pans out. I have Drake May as well. I agree with Gage. I think he's up there in the top 3 quarterbacks for this draft with Jane Daniels and Caleb Williams. I don't know if I'm just a hater, but I can't get behind Caleb Williams like everyone else. I'm
kind of the same way.
I mean, he just came out like he's wearing a dress in some photo shoot he took, and it's like you got to make it first before you do some of this stupid shit. Like he's acting like he's already, got the first round pick, is a Hall of Fame quarterback, has done, won a bowl. Like he's acting like he's that fucking guy when he's never even, he's played in college. Like we'll see how he pans out, One of my favorites that I'm excited for, and I really hope that he falls to the Packers, is Cooper DeJean, cornerback for Iowa.
Love that.
The only white cornerback that is fucking elite, dude. I mean, this is a lockdown corner. I mean, Gage and I were just talking about it too. I mean, you look at Iowa, their defense and special teams was their whole team, and he was the big part of it. I mean, he's the one that's always covering the wide receiver ones, and he's a lockdown corner. He's fast. He can get to the ball. I mean, he's exciting to watch. He also can play safety too, and he did a little bit of kick and punt returning as well.
Love that.
He's just an athlete, and that's the Packers love to just they love to draft athletes.
I think he's a great fit, bro. I think you're gonna lose Jair, so I think that's a great fit. Whether it's him, Rakestraw, or Kool-Aid, I mean that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I really hope that we do. I think he's gonna go a little bit further up than what the Packers have for draft, but we'll see. And then my last and my favorite of the whole draft is Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels has the highest ceiling out of all the quarterbacks in this draft, which is pretty crazy with Caleb Williams, Drake May.
You can hardly say Lamar.
I mean, he's 6'4", 210. He's got the legs like Lamar, but he's got the pocket presence and decision making, and the on a dime throw that he can make 40 yards down the field, which those are the type of kind of bucket throws you're going to get in the NFL. I mean, I'm so excited for this guy. I mean, he's got all of that, his ball throwing ability, and his ability, obviously, to run the ball on the ground. I think, in my opinion, he's the best quarterback in the draft. So I guess we'll see about that. I got honorable mentions too. You mentioned it. Kool-Aid McKinstry, I think it is. He's the cornerback from Alabama. Another dog. I mean, you have to add him in the honorable mentions just for his name. And he's a dog too. So, and then Brock Bowers too. I would have Brock Bowers on this list, but I was kind of talking to Gage before he. There's a picture with him standing next to Gronk, and he looks like a skinny little
looks like
nerd.
a little boy. Yeah,
standing next to fucking Gronk, and he's arguably going to be picked in the top 10 for as a tight end. So, but he's kind of more of a speedster tight end. I don't know if you've seen his highlights. You know, it's usually him just like getting open on that seam up the middle and taking it to the house. I mean, he's got the speed on him too. So. But I'm excited. There's a lot of big draft picks.
Big draft.
And it's going to be exciting to see where everybody goes. Huh? Yeah.
If I had to pick one quarterback, I fucking love Michael Penix.
I do like Michael
dude,
Penix.
He's a gunslinger.
I'm a huge fan.
He is a gunslinger. That's what's exciting about him too. He's got a cannon too.
The best thing that would happen to him though is him come in and sit for a few years. I mean, the J Love effect. People are seeing what happened with J Love now, and teams are going to take that approach. I promise you.
I mean,
especially after they've done it fucking 3 times in a row.
It's incredible. I mean, they have Brett Favre come out of nowhere and have Aaron Rodgers. They draft Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre gets all pissed off. He sits behind him for a couple of years. Aaron Rodgers comes out. Do the same thing with J Love. And J Love. I mean, I'm not. I love Jordan Love, and he's my quarterback, so, you know, I ride with him, but I can't be completely sold on him just yet. I think he needs to give me another good year before I can say, like, he's the next big thing in Green Bay.
Man, he's good. I think he got you one.
I don't know, man. I think you can't jump to conclusions right away. I mean, I'm excited, and I see what he can do, so I'm excited and hope that he can stay that. But, I mean, he's got, like, he's always keeping it cool. It seems like no moment's too big. He's never under pressure in the media. I mean,
he went into fucking Dallas and spanked that fucking. You know what I was about to say.
Them cowgirls, man. But yeah, that's kind of our little rookie draft preview of who we're excited for next year.
Yeah, we'll get way more into that, especially after we take this break. We're going to take a 2-week break or something, and we'll get way more into that. I think Billy's got some, what you got, UFC for us?
Yeah, something quick. So I built, we like doing our little main card, little parlays, so I had one built.
Billy's betting corner over here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'm going to go from first main card fight to the main event. So these two I haven't seen fought yet. It's Hernandez and Kopylov. You always go with the Russian name, but
you always go with the V on the
That's
end.
pretty easy, yeah.
You always usually do. I'm not going to. I'm going to go Hernandez. So here's what I'm going to go. So Hernandez, he's a minus 250 favorite on this one. Then we go up.
I'm already fading Billy.
Wait, this is straight surgical, and when this hits, you'll understand why. So the next fight is Dvalishvili and Kajuda. I've seen Kajuda fight a few times. Haven't seen this other guy fight before. Kajudo's the underdog, though, and I like Kajuda a lot. I think he's still contending.
I think he said he's retiring again if he loses or something like that.
I still think.
I mean, if I'm picking off of names, I'm picking Kajudo and the Russian. So
he's still got that grit, and he's plus 180, so there's value there. So that's my first dog. Threw him in, and then we have Neil versus Ian Gary.
Good fight.
Ian Gary's just a dog. Seen him fight probably 3 or 4 times now. I haven't seen him lose. He's the real deal. He's minus 235. I took him. In the co-main, this is where I'm a little iffy on. We have Whittaker versus Costa.
Whitaker?
Yeah.
Whittaker.
yeah.
Whittaker.
He's a minus 250.
Give me Whittaker.
Costa's plus 2. Whoa.
Yeah, Costa's had a bad go, man. He's had a lot of pullouts, and he gets a lot of fucking heat on X, like a lot of shit. People be talking mad shit on him.
Costa
taking
is?
Costa. Yeah, I'm taking Costa. He's coming off.
Whitaker's old, but I don't know, bro. I'd probably
He's coming off
vote
only.
against Costa.
So I'm actually going that route. That's the one I'm probably gonna put in with both of them winning because I'm not totally sold on that one. And then
hedge it a little bit.
yeah, probably. I'm probably gonna put one with both of them winning. But I'm going off. That's my original pick. And then the main event's Volk versus Tapiria.
Gonna be a brawl.
And I'm rocking with the champ. I'm going Volk again. He's minus 125. I placed this already. $20 is winning 583.
Sheesh.
Let's go.
Whew.
Let's go.
Love
Chalk
that,
it up.
Billy. Love that.
Chalk it up, Billy. Cook it.
I'd tweak up. I'm taking the Russian in the first fight, but I'll ride
Yeah, I
with
think
the
I'm
other
taking.
ones.
I think I'm going the Russian, and I think I'm going Whitaker.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
probably
like
going. I think I
Costa.
might go Whitaker too.
They're
Costa's too
gonna
much for a
be
pretty
similar
boy.
around you because the fucking Russian dude's plus 200. So
Yeah.
I love it. I
I don't
love
know
it.
if he's Russian, but anyone with that ends with a ov or vol, I mean, like, bro, it's just
We're gonna try to do some more UFC. We got March Madness coming up. We got NBA. And we're gonna try to do some more of that stuff. We've had a bad stretch on NBA the last 2 days. Josh Giddey, he fucked us last night, and tonight DeMar DeRozan decided no, it's I think
it's
both of them.
bro.
Fucking
Josh
Banchero
Giddey just
and
had too many
DeRozan.
high school girls on his mind, man. Like, couldn't get that ball in the
He had his
bucket.
fucking fingers wet, bro. Fingers were too wet.
You took DeRozan to hit a three, and he shot one the entire night and missed.
I know. And hey, here's the deal. After he has a game where he misses or he gets 0 threes, after he has a game that he hits 0, he normally shoots like 3 to 5 and makes at least 1 to 2. This motherfucker shot 1 3-point and didn't make it the night we bet on him. But yeah, we'll get back on that tomorrow. We'll get back on the ladder.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's been a good football season, man. Like Gage said, we're gonna take
It's-
about a 2-week break. Come right back before March Madness starts. Do a little March Madness preview. Get our brackets going, and kind of go from there. Just kind of go over some coaching news, some other sports news. We'll go over some UFC stuff too.
Gotta wait. I sent Garrett this earlier, but we gotta wait 7 months on 7-hour commercial free.
Yeah.
Max saying, "Yeah, here we go." I don't know Jim on the old Tony Romo, and here's a guy. We gotta wait a whole 7 months on that, boys.
But it just
That
feels so good when that day comes and you hear it all at once.
Oh, dude, can't wait. Draft, honestly, once the draft hits, it's like fucking game on almost.
Well,
like
and
some training.
not this year's, but next year's draft is in Green Bay, so that's right where I live. So
I feel like this stretch from the Super Bowl to the draft is the longest fucking stretch that you gotta wait. It sucks.
Yeah.
But off this 2-week break, that week we come back to the pod. Me, Cam, and Cole will be coming back from Drake and J. Cole, so we'll share some videos.
Some stories, yeah. That sounds good, man. Yeah, but like Gage said, it's Valentine's Day. We gotta get going. We're gonna cut it off a little early, but anything else? Anybody has any other farewells for the football season or?
Good night to Cam.
Yeah,
Cam's
he's already
sleeping. Dude.
sleeping.
He's already sleeping. So, all right, guys.
Give a
We'll
good
talk
old
to
chop.
you. We'll
Give a good
talk
old
to you
chop
later,
before
man.
we get out of here, boys.
Yeah.
Let me get a chop. Let
Yeah.
me get a chop.
You, bro.
Let me get a chop, Billy. Let me get a chop,
You
Cam.
see it? I'll raise it a little bit so you got a good background.
Yeah, fuck
All right.
off,
I'll see you
Billy.
later, guys.
See you, boys.